On everybody's sports card Walt, the card maniac. And today I thought we'd do a little video. I see it all the time on X on social media. When should you sell cards? When's a good time to sell? Should you hold cards long term? Should you hold them for a little bit and then sell? I see it a lot, and I thought I'd do a little video here just to breaking down my thoughts about you know different sports and when's a good time to do so. So if you're like me and I open cards frequently and not like a huge, like not like a ton, but what I try to do is you're always trying to hope to pull, like it's a gamble. It's always a gamble, right? Otherwise, why not just sit on eBay and just build out a watch list of just cards and just buy whatever you want. But we're always chasing after that monster hit or just like that cool. It's just like it's a gamble. It's a rush, right? Just like anything else. So what I have tended to do over the last, gosh, 10, 15, 20 plus years is you buy a certain product and you hope to pull some of the other stuff that, you don't really care about. You want to sell it. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to kind of go over basically some of the cards that I have pulled and like, would you sell it now? Would you wait? All that stuff, and just kind of talking more general because I don't have a whole lot of stuff in my inventory. But without further ado, I don't want to keep rambling on, but basically, first and foremost, it's always seasonal, right? Like right now, we're in the heart of NFL season. Actually, we're at the end of the NFL season, and the playoffs start. So, uh, a lot of your star players, your Lamar Jacksons, Josh Allen's, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, even hopefully Joe Burrow. If Joe Burrow, if the Bengals somehow get into the playoffs, his values just, I would assume that they'll just take off, right? Maybe not pandemic era, but they'll at least, if they don't make the playoffs, then he kind of goes out of sight, out of mind, and it's not really great for collectors or sellers or whatever. Um, yeah, so basketball season's in the thick of it more so, right? So anything that comes out, unfortunately, right now there really isn't any basketball stuff. I'm not going to count like the collegiate portion. We're waiting on like NBA hoops, um, Panini hoops that will come out sometime in January. Actually, should be in the next couple of weeks for all the guys that were drafted, for 24, 25. Unfortunately, the draft class isn't all that great. We have last year's draft class, obviously headlined by Wembenyama, a couple other guys. So, and then for baseball, I'll say it right now, like now is the worst time of the year to sell baseball. Now, obviously, we did see a bunch of products get dumped on us at the end of the year. We have Topps Gilded Collection for the high-end hobby stuff. We had Topps Update that came out in November. We have Topps Chrome Update that came out, about a month ago now. And then we have, Topps Holiday Baseball, Topps Triple Threads on a hobby side that came out like 2 weeks ago. And then we still have Bowman's Best on the hobby side. And then I think that maybe we have two other retail products that should still have, if you're still collecting, if you still want to get chances of getting guys like, all the big rookies from this past year, Paul Skeens, Ellie, the Jacksons, all that stuff. Topps Archives Baseball, like a really lower end kind of set. And then I think we should still be seeing Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary, or I think they dropped the anniversary part. I think it's just called Topps Chrome Platinum. I believe we'll still see that at some point in the next, month and a half. So, but baseball, there's always special caveats, right? Like if you were to pull like a huge Paul Skeens from Topps Chrome Update, you're probably gonna want to sell it now, especially as a pitcher. You don't really tend to want to hold pitchers because of the arm issues that they always have. Once they get Tommy John surgery, they're out of sight, out of mind for like 2 years, and it's almost sort of not like a death sentence for their career, but they're like almost a death sentence in terms of their hobby collectability and value long term. So, some of the lesser cards, like I'm holding on, like all the Paul Skeens that I've been able to pull, a few parallels, just base true rookies. I'm going to hold off until, spring training rolls around, end of February into March. that's a way better time to sell baseball than it is right now. Now's the best time to buy baseball on eBay or whatever to get, really good deals on, a lot of like kind of smaller parallels, some lower numbered stuff or higher numbered stuff, I should say. So, for example, like I was fortunate enough, so I'll go through some cards that I have. So, guys like Wyatt Langford, I was able to pull this. Not gonna getting a lot of glare actually. This is fun. Yeah, definitely gonna get a new video or a new. Don't want to hold it like this. um, gonna get a new camera for you guys on this channel. But Wyatt Langford, I was able to pull this numbered in 199 from an update. I think it was like a fat pack or retail pack like a month ago. If I were to sell it like right away, probably not going to do me much good, right? You're going to have to wait until the season starts. I'm hoping Wyatt Langford actually has a really good year. Uh, if you were to pull Wyatt Langford from Topps Gilded Collection, Topps Chrome Update, and he's like a really good card, like a gold or an orange, yeah, you're probably gonna want to sell it now. Like, look, bottom line is for a lot of this stuff, selling right away is always going to be probably the best option. Holding, longer is always a dicey situation. There's some special circumstances. Maybe a guy doesn't play a whole lot, so it's not really worth it to sell. You kind of want to wait till he actually plays. So let's move on. Like, I don't have a whole lot of great cards, but these are just basically examples. So the next player, like a Brandon Miller, Brandon Miller came out of 2023, 2024 products along with Wembanyama. If you pulled like a really great card of his, selling now would absolutely be your best option because there's no guarantee that Brandon Miller is ever going to be kind of more than what he is, like a sidekick to the LaMelo Ball, basically on the Hornets, on a team that's always struggles to get to the playoffs and move on from there. But for me, like a lower numbered card at 299, I'm just going to roll the dice and hope that Brent, he's only 20. Let's see, I think he's 23 years old or 22 years old, might even be younger than that. So there's always a chance that he improves, and maybe LaMelo Ball moves on to some other team and Brandon Miller ends up being the guy in Charlotte, build it around him. And, a card like this, which probably now is only like $15, $20, it could be like $50, $60, $70, $80. But, ultimately probably a card that if you pulled something like this or, other kind of parallel, your best bet is to sell it now or sell it when you pulled it. Next up on the soccer side is a kid like Lamine Yamal, who, a lot have him pegged as like the next Messi or Ronaldo, stuff like that. But I can tell you right now, when I pulled this card from a Topps Chrome blaster box, probably 2 or 3 months ago, this was probably like an $80 card, like $80 to $100 card. It's just an aqua, nothing numbered. But right now, if I go on eBay, I think this card dropped to like $25. Right? That's just what happens. Like if I should have sold it, right away. Holding it cost me like half the value. Obviously, I'm hoping, 5, 6, 7 years down the road that this kid is so good that the value ends up being way more. Obviously, better to have like a numbered parallel of him, from a hobby box or something like that. Moving on the football side. So we talk about like the season's winding down. Rookie class was pretty decent, but if you have a rookie on a team that's not going to make the playoffs, like a Brock Bowers, for example, if you have a bunch of his cards, and you're not like a super fan of the Raiders or anything like that, you're not like PCing Brock Bowers, then you're probably going to want to sell. You probably need to sell them right away. He's a tight end too, so he might go down as the best tight end ever. That might help like 10, 15 years down the road that his cards like actually gain value. But just in general, we have, just in general, we'll talk about like CJ Stroud. So when I pulled this card from an optic blaster box, like middle of the summer, so football was like completely out of people's minds, but unfortunately, like Panini delayed a lot of their products. So this comes out in, I think, late June or early July. When I pulled the card, about a $200 card raw, I chose to hold it because I've gotten burned a lot of times in the past. Well, fast forward to this year, CJ's had a rough year. The team is in the playoffs, so you're hoping that somehow that team can just somehow find a groove here, which is going to be pretty unlikely. But fast forward to today, and this card is maybe $30 to $40 now, so it's dropped off tremendously. Which is why when I see people that want to hold guys like Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, even like Jaden Daniels, if you pull something amazing and you're not PCing that player, now's the time to sell it. It's hard to want to part, with like really cool hits. Like if you pulled a Jaden Daniels micro mosaic, or if you pulled a Jaden Daniels downtown, maybe those special circumstances, like your really high end super short prints, that will kind of hold value enough, that obviously you're hoping that a player doesn't get hurt. When Jaden Daniels, when we get to the playoffs here in a couple weeks, and I don't think the Commanders will go that far in the playoffs. Who knows? You never can really tell. Maybe somehow they find a way to just surprise everybody and make it to the championship game or even the Super Bowl. Who knows? All of a sudden, his values just go absolutely crazy. But some of the other guys like Bo Nix, Caleb, as I mentioned before, Michael Penix Jr., who's now starting for the Falcons. The products that are coming out, like Prism that just got released, if you pulled something like a silver or a variation silver, sell it now. You can always buy it back later. JJ McCarthy might be like a different circumstance because he's been out the whole year. I still would probably sell him now if I pulled like a silver of him or like an orange disco or some other Prism parallel. I just think it's really hard it's really hard sometimes to not want to sell like really cool hits, but ultimately you're serving yourself better by just selling it, unless you're just PCing that player. Let's go to Victor Wembanyama cards. So, look, I've gone on record saying that I think this kid's going to be like a true generational guy, and I think in 3 to 5 years, a lot of us are going to be kind of kicking ourselves and being like, "Man, I should have bought more premium stock basketball, or I should have bought more Prism when I had the chance, or Select or Mosaic or stuff like that. Phoenix maybe to a lesser extent, but I can probably tell you now when I first pulled this card, this is probably the best Victor Wembanyama card I have. It's not numbered. It's just a blue ice from Select, the mezzanine level. I think when I first pulled the card, this was probably $200, maybe $150. I'm pretty sure right now if I went on eBay, I haven't looked at comps lately, but it's maybe a $50 card. Maybe I'm wrong. I can tell you it's nowhere near as much as it was then. But look, Victor Wembanyama is that circumstance where you're probably better off selling as soon as you get it, but I would hold on to Victor Wembanyama cards. I would sooner hold on to Victor Wembanyama cards than CJ Stroud cards. Not that CJ Stroud can't end up being a really good quarterback. I think there's a higher chance that Victor is like that all-time generational guy than CJ Stroud is. So when you're talking about, okay, do I sell now? Do I wait? Here's an example of circumstances when we talk about Bowman baseball. So this is a Josu Paula prospect, first Bowman auto from 2023 Bowman. When you get cards like this, yeah, you're probably sort of better off just selling it right as you pull it. But for some of these guys, these players that are at the time, he's only 18, I think, so he'll be 20 years old coming into this season. I'm going to hold a player like this because there's a chance that he might start the year really good in the minors, and he might be, especially on a team like the Dodgers. This is not. There we go. It's showing it better this way. He might be, guys like him. There's tons of other examples, but he might be the next big thing. Who knows? So I'm better off like taking the chance. And if I were to have parted this when I pulled it for like maybe $70 or something like that, I'm going to risk it. And if he bombs out in AA or AAA or just never makes it, yeah, it probably ends up being like a $20 card or something like that. But I'm going to take the chance that Napala rises up the ranks of the Dodgers farm system, makes it to the bigs, and is somebody impressive. It is somebody like, he's an international kid. This is just an example, and he could be the next Ronald Acuna or who I'm going to go into next, Julio Rodriguez. And maybe that's $100 card. Maybe it's a $200 card for a base auto. Who knows? Julio Rodriguez, on the baseball side, obviously, again, right now, not the good time to sell baseball. It's a good time to buy baseball. A lot of people have gotten burned on Julio. He did not have a good year last year. If you're holding on to Julio Rodriguez, just keep holding because you never know this year coming up. Maybe he figures it out. He's still very young. Julio Rodriguez is going to be 24 for the entire season. And he's got experience now. So who knows? This is an image variation from Topps Update 2022. When I pulled it, I believe the card was probably, this is raw. Obviously, all these cards are raw. When I pulled it originally, I want to say it maybe was at one point, maybe a $300 card, $250, $200. I think right now it's probably a $50 to $75 card. If I had to guess, probably more closer to $50. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Unless, Julio Rodriguez, I have all the rookies from 2022 of him, some parallels, obviously this card here, hoping that, he can find his way and this card becomes much more desirable than it is now. Last but not least, if you're holding or you pulled a bunch of this guy, Connor Bedard, he's having an okay season. I think the last time I checked, he had 12 goals or 11 goals and 23 assists so far. The team that he is on is horrendous. It is horrifically bad. They are, last I checked yesterday or the day before, they have the least amount of points in the entire NHL. That tells you right there, like, if you're buying Connor Bedard, if you pulled a Connor Bedard card, I would hold. This is a sport in particular where you're gonna have to be patient, and it's very hard to be patient in this hobby in general. Bedard is probably a player you're gonna have to hold for like 5-6 years. He's only 19 years old. So yeah, that's a sport. I don't really know too much about the hockey stuff. I know a little bit, but if I had pulled any quality Connor Bedard cards, I'm definitely holding and hoping long term that he pans out, that the team gets better, and there's still a bunch of time left for him. So that's it. I just wanted to go over some players and some sports. Obviously, selling football now, Bo Nix cards, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams to a lesser extent, Michael Penix Jr. You got, guys like Rome Odunze, and you have Malik Neighbors cards are probably white hot right now. But you realize that once the Giants, their season's over on Sunday or whenever they play next, Saturday or Sunday. Once that season's over for the Giants, he kind of goes out of sight, out of mind to an extent, right? So if you pulled anything from Prism of him and you're not a fan of the Giants, or this is just an example, if you're not PCing Malik Neighbors, you're probably not going to get as much value now as you're going to get, when the season rolls around next year. So that's it. I just wanted to go over some of my take as far as like when's a good time to sell, what should you hold, stuff like that. It's just my opinion. A lot of people do it differently. A lot of people just sell whatever, right away. A lot of people hold everything because they have the ability to just hold it no matter what. I'm kind of in the middle. So without further ado, let's just rip into some update hanger boxes to close out this video. Please like and subscribe. I have a whole bunch of content that we're going to be doing for 2025. We just did a giveaway on Twitter last night. Went very well. I'm hoping to find some Prism football in stores in the next couple weeks. And when I do, I will be doing another video. I might do that too. Another giveaway for you guys. Let's see if we can get out of 3 hangers. These were found at Walgreens earlier today. My favorite spot to find hangers, only $9.99 as opposed to $12.99. And let's just close out the video and see what we get. We're looking for, all the big rookies. And we're just going to go through these. We've already spoken enough on this video, so let's just get to the good stuff here. There's Evan Carter. And our first hit is going to be number, unfortunately, it's a Yankee, but it's Alex Verdugo. Oh, no. Alex Verdugo and the Yankees on the purple foil board. We want to see a rookie. Will Smith on the All-Star game. We have a rainbow foil Jordan Montgomery. Fortunately, again, not a name we want to see. 2 parallel pack, Juan Soto on the insert. Okay, that's not a bad yellow. That's Heston Kjerstad on the Orioles, followed up with an Alec Burleson. So we do get 1 rookie on the yellow parallel, which are exclusive to these boxes. Mantle in 1989, and a bunch more stars of MLB. The 1 numbered, again, I mean, these hanger boxes, you're very likely to get a numbered card per box, maybe every other box. See what these last 2 have. I definitely need to go upgrade the old camera. That's in my end lighting too. I have 1 light. I'm gonna get another light. I'm gonna try to improve the watching experience as much as I can. Nobody wants to see a dull video or just really bad quality. So just be patient with me, guys, and we'll get something good here. Go through the rest of this. And this one looks like not that good of a pack, unless I just missed. That was anything. Duval. Yeah, okay. So just the Corbin Carroll on the Mystical, not numbered. Blake Treehan. Okay, there's a cool Shota on the yellow. So at least we're getting a solid rookie for both of these, but this is one of those kind of dud hanger boxes with no numbered stuff and just the 2 parallels. So hopefully this last hanger has something, at least a few parallels, other than the yellows. Appreciate you guys. We've hit well over 500 followers now on X, which is really amazing. I think I have 120 subs now on YouTube, which is, I don't do a whole lot of content for the channel, but I'm hoping to do a lot more. I know I've been saying that, but we'll get it going. Like and subscribe, doesn't cost a thing, would really help us out. And looks like we got a green. So again, look, 2 of these 3 hanger boxes have a numbered card, which is really cool. Let's hope we can get a good one here. It's going to be numbered to 299, I think. Do it last. Let's sweat it a little bit. That was dumb. Dylan Lee on the royal blue. Another mystical. Unfortunately, what I'm finding out of the hangers, though, is it's very difficult to hit parallels of these mysticals. I feel like the parallel versions of these, and I've spoken about this before, fly more out of like the blasters or like the fat packs than they do the hanger boxes for whatever reason. There's a Miguel Andujar and a combo card. There's an Ohtani on the 1989, and some more stars on it. So let's see if we can possibly get something good out of a card that's $4.99. Let's look at the team first. Oh, I just gave it away. Oh no. Okay, we'll take a rookie. That's not bad, and it's a rookie debut. We'll take it. Andy Pages for the Dodgers. Not Andy Pages, right? It's Andy Pages, I think. Probably butchering that last name. I should know that. All right, look, it's not the rookie that we want to see per se, but I still have some faith in this guy. He's only 20. Yeah, he'll be 25. No, that's wrong. He was born December 8th. I can't do math all of a sudden. But he's, I think, there's a chance. That team is so loaded, though, that it's hard for him to find time. I don't think he's getting traded anytime soon. Or maybe he will. I don't know. Anyways, we'll close it on the Andy Pages, the green. It's the rookie debut. I wish it was the true rookie, but we'll take it anyway. Look, 2 parallels out of 3 hanger boxes. I love these hanger boxes. I've been say it over and over again. I know Target and Walmart had a whole bunch more this week or last week. And we'll close it there. Appreciate everybody watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.